Always fascinating chatting about artificial intelligence. You hear that all the time. We know that AI is continuing to dominate our lives more and more. Great to have entrepreneur and tech expert Joe Apps back on the show to talk about, this is good, because we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because we hear Joe, we hear AI, and immediately we go to the bad, we go to the ugly, and we'll get there, because there is possibilities with that.
100% there is.
Let's start with the good. What is the good about AI?
There's so much good with AI, to helping in healthcare, to identifying medical conditions before they come, to helping in schools and tailoring plans for students that weren't possible before, so they can get all their different learning methods, whether that's visual, audio, or reading. They're able to actually learn in their aspect instead of falling behind in the system.
What does it do for your business?
What does it do for our business? We use AI in all kinds of spots of our business to improve communication, to work on cybersecurity. We have to be right 100% of the time. They have to be right once, right? So if we can get ahead and use these tools to be further than the hackers are, we're going to be really far ahead.
Okay, so ChatGPT, it's evolved. It started this year. We didn't even know what it was last year. And where's ChatGPT right now?
I still think it's something that we don't really know too, and a lot of people are learning from. ChatGPT has come so far, from passing the bar to passing medical exams to being able to do court cases and all kinds of other things that we didn't imagine when it first came out it was able to do.
From business to business is different, because in our business it's kind of frowned upon, because it's not actually somebody's going to be writing your story for you. We want to be writing our own stories. You use it all the time?
So we use it a lot of the time to use it as a crutch for our business. We don't use it to go and get the information for our business. We use it as a tool to improve our business and put known information through it and make sure that it's vetted and worked through properly. Or there's easier ways to use ChatGPT to explain our information. Because we do technical stuff, we need to explain to our users it in a layman's terms. So it's really easy to simplify it with ChatGPT, and that's a huge tool, because if you're using it to get your original information, that's when the misinformation comes. Where's it referencing, right?
The bad.
The bad. The bad is the Terminator style. The bad is the, AI starts to make the decisions for you. The bad is the AI improves phishing and these other cyber techniques that have already been done so well by people normally, right? Yeah. That's the bad we're seeing.
The job displacement too is also worked in there.
The job displacement, and even the creativity stuff, right? Like, we've seen artists like Drake's voice be taken. That's scary stuff, right? What if that gets on the phone now and is talking to you, or using that in cyber scams and things like that, right? It's a whole new method of approach that they're doing.
As we get to the ugly, is the ugly being like almost the unknown?
I think the ugly is the unknown. Everyone's always scared of the unknown. Like when Wikipedia came out, is stuff going to be honest and work still? You know what I mean? How are we going to reference items in school, right? So it's working around that unknown, and how do we improve with it?
How do you talk to your clients about AI? Because they have to be, I was going to say fascinated, but also scared.
Absolutely fascinated, and I think everyone's scared in this, and the reason being is that unknown. What we do is we show them how they can use it to their advantage and how it can be a crutch in their business, from automating certain tasks that might be, smaller and mundane, to doing kind of big scale data analysis to find inefficiencies in their businesses.
Is regulation, is that the key to going forward with AI?
I personally believe regulation is the key to going forward, because unfortunately it's controlled by a bunch of companies, private corporations, and things like that. So it's kind of running all over the place.
It's the race to the top.
Rule sets.
Everybody wants to be there. Everybody wants the first to get there, to the detriment of doing it properly?
Exactly. Who's going to win first? Who's going to be in control of the AI? Who's going to be the Skynet, almost, is what we're fighting for at this point, it seems like.
Terminator 2.
And the problem is no one's jumped in to regulate or help with that at this time. But I know there are talks and it is coming, but it needs to be faster, right? We need to work fast.
But you mentioned Terminator, but that's the main crux of the whole strike, the Hollywood strike. That's the one thing that they're worried about, is AI going forward when it comes to that business too.
Exactly. Especially we've seen Bruce Willis sign off using his likeness and everything with AI, and people being able to do that, right? And I think Hollywood's now, hey, we just own you already, right? And that's kind of the scary concept in the strike that's happening. So how do you know that you own yourself is almost the battle we're getting into nowadays, which is scary stuff, right?
Is Apps your actual last name?
Apps is actually my last name. Yeah, between my parents and Steve Jobs, I owe them a thank you. That's for sure,
awesome.
right?
Joe Apps, fantastic, good stuff. I love this chat, and we'll be having lots more of these chats going forward, because artificial intelligence is not going anywhere. Neither are we.